Bitwise CIO Hogan, Bitcoin could hit $100,000 to $200,000 or even higher. There's too much demand and not enough supply. There can only be 21 Bitcoin, and that cannot change no matter what happens. And this is what the likes of these massive players are starting to understand. People are starting to understand the potential, Bitcoin really has, how it's being treated as an asset class. And a lot of these big players are starting to go all in. And speaking about going all in, just take a look at what BlackRock has been doing over the course of the last 2 weeks, to be specific, in terms of Bitcoin specifically. And of course, other big players as well. I'm sure you are aware as to what's really happening on a day-to-day basis. And on top of that, options, the option trading, for the Bitcoin ETF, which the SEC approved, that is the biggest game changer, in my opinion, that a lot of people are completely ignoring. And that opens the door for other coins, believe it or not. And I know a lot of people talk about the Ripple and SEC lawsuit that's continuously going on, but I think that kind of sheds a brighter light on the broader market, including that specific event that's taken place. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But let's get right in today's update. Looking across the board as we are going into Sunday morning, we are seeing a majority of the market seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. Some coins up quite a bit. I did mention this in my SUI update. I don't remember when the last time ApeCoin was moving this high. It kind of takes me back to the 2021 days where Bored Apes were going crazy and this was an airdrop. Those were some good times. But Ape is up quite a bit. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But overall, the broader market is seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. XRP's price, we'll come back to that. But before I get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So recently on the XRPL ledger, you're starting to see something very, funny, taking place. You're starting to see a lot of these chains, actually having a meme coin cycle occurring, and that's what's happening on the XRPL ledger recently. And the people within the XRP, community are having a little bit of fun time, kind of diving into the ecosystem itself. But with that said, I want you guys to be very careful. 99.99% of these meme coins are going to go to zero, and all of them are going to be scams. But it just really shows you the interest coming in. And I think meme coins really have changed the entire landscape for all of the chains. We're not only talking about the XRP ledger, we're talking about other projects as well, where you start to see developers really dig deep and really establish an interest. And there's going to come a time where all these big developers that have maybe launched meme coins on certain chains or protocols specifically can really distinguish it between which one's good, which one's bad. So this just changes the game. You can see Vet said, regardless what you think about meme coins on XRPL ledger, seeing this parabolic XRPL activity out of nowhere and people thanking for that easy use of software is good reminder on the capabilities of this ecosystem that many didn't believe in. And it goes back to Solana as well. What did we see happen with Solana? 2023 last year, at the beginning, we did see actually that Sol meme coin season playing out, but then we saw pretty much that bear market. And then as the market picked up traction, you started to see a lot of activity coming into Solana, which just took Solana to levels where no one could have imagined a Sol going. And forget about the meme coins. Meme coins were a driving force, but look at the protocol enhancements on the Solana ecosystem. And I think meme coins have literally changed the entire landscape for developers to kind of test. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below regarding this specific thing. But let's move on to really take a look at what is going on. So shout out to Smoke. This article kind of goes over the Tether collapse and how RLUSD can come and change the game. So Tether allegedly feeding the Bitcoin bubble. According to Smoke, the continuous minting of USDT, which he alleges is not always fully backed by reserves, could be feeding a speculative bubble that inflates the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. He warns that this could eventually lead to a significant market correction. And shout out to Smoke, a huge supporter of Smoke, a huge XRP enthusiast. But I'm sure if you've been in the space, I would say over the last 4 to 5 plus years, this is something that always comes, in terms of attention or conversation start arising about this, because people really start to question, is USDT reserves even existing? And there's been talks about USDT reserves are not as a lot of people expect, which obviously if you do end up seeing a massive USDT collapse. I have stated from the beginning, pretty much since the last cycle as well, if you've been following the channel from the beginning, if USDT collapses, we will see the market, having a major, negative price action. But this time around, due to the regulation coming in, of course, initially, I think that correction will occur no matter what, but I think due to that regulation aspect, you do tend to see market picking up traction, because of course look at what's happening for the entire crypto space moving forward. Particularly the Bank of France research pointed out how the influx of newly minted USDT has consistently coincided with upwards trends in Bitcoin's market price. This has raised suspicious that Tether's market activities might be artificially boosting the value of Bitcoin, which I can kind of argue upon, but I do understand, where this specific, research is really coming in from. So, however, although this is not their stated purpose, kind of goes over, what we have just read, that, when Tether gets minted, you do tend to see Bitcoin, increasing more. I think it has a driving force, but I think supply and demand factor plays a major role as well. Moving forward, you guys can see this, unlike Tether, which has faced criticism for its lack of transparency and regulatory challenges, Ripple's stablecoin is expected to comply with stringent regulation, ensuring that it is fully backed and transparent. Notably, the recent introduced MiCA legislation does not cover USDT. Smoke believes the introductions of a compliant RLUSD in addition to USDT's regulatory concerns could significantly reduce Tether's market dominance, as investors may prefer a regulated stablecoin that offers greater security and compliance with laws. He believes this may be beneficial for XRP. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this, but let's continue to take a look at what is happening with the price briefly. So dominance, is picking up traction going into Sunday morning. Bitcoin is looking quite well. Bitcoin is actually looking amazing, to be quite frank with you. BTC is looking like it wants to, fill that wick for itself. Here, let's extend this. I don't know what's going on here. There we are. So, BTC is looking like it wants to fill that wick at $69,000. And if it's able to do that before we go into Monday, I think this could really push the price of Bitcoin towards the $70,000 price point for the first time since July. And I think that would be a big statement. As far as XRP price is concerned, sitting at 54 cents, we're not seeing, explosive excitement moves, of course, due to the appeal itself. But I think the Form C might bring in a little bit of excitement depending on what, Ripple states in that Form C. Overall, the bigger picture is what a lot of people are starting to pay attention to as to what Ripple is doing, rather than, specifically this lawsuit. But let me know down below what you guys think about what we've discussed. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.